Hello, of course, greetings once again. Good evening, our wonderful viewers. Sport 360 Light that comes on your way every Sunday from the hour 8 to 9 o'clock on Atlantic TV, the home of TV Revolution. Well, today I'm so happy that this is another wonderful, big, exclusive interview that I'll be bringing you, of course, my wonderful viewers wherever you are. And remember, as we always tell you, it's still open for sponsorship. As you can see under, you can contact us for more. Sports 360 Light with me, myself, Big Sam. And of course, yeah, the real name is Bakari Mane, the boy from Kiang, as you always know. So I'm right here, and we're sitting this live from the football house, that is Gambia Football Federation. And of course, the guest is no other than the man himself, the man at the helm of the Gambia football, that is Mr. Lamin Kaba Bajo. Well, that's my guest for today. Exclusive interview. I know you'll be very, very interested today, and it's going to be a very good program. Of course, Mbading, Presi, welcome to this wonderful Sports 360 on Atlantic online TV.
Thank you, Big Sam, and thank you, members of the crew. In the first place, thank you for giving me the opportunity and the Gambian football opportunity to share this platform today. And also want to congratulate the Atlantic TV, the proprietor, the staff, and everybody for a lot of achievement and also coming into the media fraternity to make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And then we also likewise, on behalf of the proprietor, Max, and everybody, will say thank you so much for accepting our invitation and also for being here in your own place to shoot this program. Once again, for the benefit of my viewers, a little bit about Mr. Lamin Kaba Bajo.
This is always a difficult question to answer.
No, okay.
It's difficult to talk about yourself, I think, really. But anyway, that's life. I'm Lamin Kaba Bajo, a Gambian born 60 years ago, alhamdulillah, thank God. Went to Brikama Primary School and a Muslim high school. Then I joined the then Gambian National Gendarmerie, maybe the young ones who don't know. And I rose to the ranks. Eventually, my last assignment was Commander of the Presidential Guards in 1994, and I was to the rank of Captain. And then I also, after 1994, change of government, I was appointed Commissioner in Brikama, Western Division at the time. And then in 95, early 95, Minister of the Interior and Religious Affairs. Then it continues, the Interior Minister, Local Government and Sports, Foreign Minister, Fisheries Minister, and then Interior again. And I also serve as Ambassador, Gambian Ambassador in Riyadh, covering 9 other countries, then Ambassador in Tehran, and also Ambassador in Qatar, also Ambassador in Morocco. And then I was back home in 2014 when I got into the Gambia Football Federation. I was elected 2014. And then re-elected 2018 and then 2022 on my third and final term, inshallah. And in 2022 August, I was also elected president of the West African Football Union Zone A in Arusha, Tanzania. Married with 3 big boys and 3 big girls, mashallah. So far 1, and have a vacancy of 3.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Bajo. Yes, that simply means you've been in, according to the history, you've been in sports, especially football, because you man that in the days. And when you come to the Gambia Football Federation today, can you tell us how do you find the house and what are we right here?
Yeah, I think that's an open secret, really, 2014 to 2024 where we are. I think the stakeholders, the public, the viewers are the judges by themselves. Gambian football has taken a complete revolution, I would say, in all aspects of football development. When we came in 2014, we found a 4-year strategic development plan that was put in place by our predecessors, and we didn't want to reinvent the wheels. and then we improved on it a bit, and that led us to our first 4 years with some amendments indeed. And then we continued from all aspects of football. We coined what became a very popular acronym, the CAM project. Now it's CAMS, because we believe in capacity building and human resource development. The CAMS will be repeating. I don't think now I'll have to repeat because everybody would know about it. Yeah. It's development for the coaches, administrators, referees, and medics, and now it's security and safety. We centered, we gave ourselves some time, a little bit of break from international football to put our house in order, to put the structures in place, those that are not there, and also to strengthen those that are existing. And we conduct the training of all the sectors of football based on the player pool. We also increased the number of clubs in the respective domestic league from the first, second division, both male and female. The regional third division leagues also has never been as it is now. And also the number of coaches that are trained from our domestic D license, C license, the B license has increased. And then the impact is visible on the performance of the clubs and also on the national teams. And then refereeing, talk about the standard of refereeing has increased, while the numbers has increased. We always have well representation both at FIFA and then international CAF level in terms of international refereeing. That's really both our male and female referees. The list continues, and also we, as I said, with the league also, we intended to turn professional several years ago, but the concerns anybody's guess. Our clubs, most of them, if not all of them, are ill-funded. The partnership and sponsors were very limited. Even the institutional clubs that used to much more buoyant in terms of finances, you've seen what they are suffering. All of them are suffering, and that even led to the then mighty Gamtel FC being sold to a private investor. The GAF, the police team, since its relegation, except for the female, the male team is almost, unfortunately, immigration is relegated, and then the male team, and then we have the Port Authority so struggling. These are all based on lack of adequate resources. If you talk about institutional clubs, what about the privately owned and community-owned clubs? They suffer more. And then introducing a professional league requires a lot of work, especially on the types of club, on the side of the clubs. We don't also want to introduce something that is not be sustainable. We have in our strategies, we are working very closely. We have tasked ourselves that come next league season, it will be introduced as our wish, and we hope that we're able to have at least a basic number of clubs that can start it. And then in that process, our part of the process, this clubs have increased, and one major thing that also is linked to effective competition is the state of the grounds that they play. We all know 10 years back how many number of grounds that we have where that are available to us for league matches and their state. Just imagine Serekunda East pitch, 2014, how it was like. Just imagine how Manjai looked like. Just imagine how Serekunda West looked like. You don't talk of Bakau. Even Brikawa with the tough, it has already lived its lifespan, outlived its lifespan. So these were the constraints, and then summer was not available at the time, and then these are some of the reasons. Bayul also was warning out, so it was very difficult. So we said let's also intervene to improve the state of those pitches so that they can be playable, at least for us to be able to have a smooth league, at least for the safety of the players, because we know what bad pitches can do to players. So those are our main intervention areas. We started 2014. We brought rollers to some of the grounds to level them. We bought sprinklers and hosepipe to water them. Though at a very gradual stage, boreholes were sunk in such pitches. and gradually we did, and that also led to massive projects like into Brikama East and Manjai, Bakau. So this Banjul too. And so as we increase and develop those pitches, at least for standard usage, then the clubs also will free the space for clubs also, for the leagues to be to play. And then, as I said, the league club numbers have increased from both male and female, first and second division. Then we need more ground. So basically, these are the areas. And as far as the headquarters or secretariats, which is the command center of the activities, the nucleus, we also reinforce it by providing the right environment in terms of staff motivation, at least a recruitment of competent and qualified personnel, and also giving the opportunities to the staff. It's a policy here. If you come here tomorrow, you come and you are appointed today, tomorrow you come and have an admission to pursue any football or sports-related academic or administration course. The GFF is behind you, and we encourage them to do that. That has been happening. Almost everybody's benefited from it. And I would say for that, the sky is not the limit. The space, outer space, go as far as it can do. And that has impacted immensely on the performance of the staff. When it comes to enumeration-wise also, I don't have to dwell, but at least, thank God, alhamdulillah, they are not very bad in terms of other sectors of the country. So basically, these are the area. I don't have, the national teams are, everybody is so really this. Let me just stop there. Then
okay. Well, that was a very detailed one, and thank you so much. Let me come back to things. That is, I know there are successful stories. We've been here for quite a while, the days of the Biri, and then after the other one, and after you, the time of people coming to watch GFF games. There were times, those days where, in fact, it's free of charge. You can just walk in, and then it's just like you're watching training ground. But from last year, 2 years ago till now, we've seen a lot of improvement in terms of spectators, how they took the league. It kind of take a turn. Especially, let me quote my Brikama. If Brikama is playing, I mean, the park is so. I once last saw those in the days of the Banjul, the Lamin Kaba to see people coming out. So those are some of the things I will want to ask you why. But then, first, the AFCON participation. This is where Gambia have never make headway. We were known worldwide from the junior tournament, but in your tenure, we have a back-to-back. Tell us a little bit on that and the turnout. But first, let's start the home front. Why did suddenly Gambian people become to be in love with the Gambian sport?
Yeah, I think it has a lot of factors. But as I said, the standard has improved in terms of the technical aspect for the clubs themselves. And those the competition, exists. The real competition is existing. And also the environment also is very important. The grounds on which that people go in to watch football so has given each of them has a different. They look different, and those also that's important. And then also, as I said, all the work that we did in the background for the past 3-4 years started reflecting on the broader, face. In terms of the national team's achievements, especially the big one, the senior national team. And the clubs also having now realizing the economic benefit of football. Now at least every other club at least has a player or two that has been signed outside with some good, some modest fees, but any amount would make an impact. Not only about the prestige that the clubs also see themselves in terms of having. Just imagine from the academy, from the primary school to the Bakote primary school to Stebiko, how those who are Yankuma Minte passed through them, how would they feel today? This is prestigious. Now everybody's talking about it. And it's not only before him. We have many of them, Sir Barros, we have many of them, all the boys, and that passed through our leagues to go professional, and they are doing very well there, and at the same time doing equally well, if not more, at the national team. So, and then that's also, and I also want to commend the clubs also for working very hard under the very difficult environment, including myself. I also belong to a club. I know how he who feels knows. I know how it is. But for the resilience and hard work, in terms of mobilizing the required resources, being able to maintain the players, and then organizing them to give them the results that they desire, to the satisfaction of the fans. Because if fans are not satisfied, they will not go to the pitch.
Yeah,
so
sure.
the fans, every month they expect more. They expect more ambience, they expect more joy, so they want to come. And if you miss the last one, maybe you had the chance to watch a clip on the social media. You say, "Oh, next month I'll go and check." You don't want to miss it. And the offshooting of the fans club, also for another fundamental revolution that here the clubs are also both clubs and then community. Like when it comes to Nametan, the communities and also the clubs. So these are very important. These are all, but overall, is the overall development that our football has registered in the past 10 years.
Yeah, and that will remind me about the infrastructure project. You know, here you have the strength and the weakness here, like you said in your previous. And I think they said, there's a saying that football is not just watching football play, but where it plays matters too much. So there are certain grounds that, of course, you know, critics and journalists will talk about it. What are some of these? I know of recent we have Gunjur Nyamina field been inaugurated. What are some of these parks that are yet to be finished? How are you doing about that?
Yeah, I think these are things that we, as long as we stay in this office, this will continuously. We start one, maybe you are lucky to do it within your required period, that's fine. You have obstacles, you fight, you are resilient, you overcome them, you succeed, fine. Next you have to go to another one, because the more you develop, the more infrastructure, the more player pool, the communities are enlarged. Football is amazingly expanding in this country. So we had some serious setbacks in implementing and delivering such, some of these projects due to the process that we had to go through. We've explained it as over and over. The money doesn't belong to us. We conceive projects. I was happy last time the General Secretary and the Senior Finance Manager were at West Coast, and they elaborated a lot on that, how the process continues. You elaborate projects, you send to FIFA look at it, evaluate it, and then come back to you, back and forth until you agree with them. You sign, when they approve, you recall what you call this statement of approval, SOA, and numbers attached to that. And from there, everything starts. But sometimes the process, the process of accessing the money, the bureaucracy, and the best practice and other things that can also take long. And sometimes it can be overtaken by events, you know. And in the process, the price will go up here and there. So we went through, it's a learning process, we went through, that's not what we desired. But alhamdulillah, with all the setbacks that we had, but I think those that were able to be completed, despite their delays, always have an impact. Bilkama had a delay, of course, West had a delay, all of them, but as soon as they are able to be available to the users as football, we all forget about it because we've seen the immediate impact. We all, like you mentioned, Gunjur is one of them. Busumbara is still ongoing. Just a few days ago, we are now working on the water system. Whether they can do the water system can be laid, the boreholes be sunk, and then the water system laid, and then the Bahamas be grown, and then we finish the perimeter fence. So maybe it's late for this rain season, but I'm sure by the end of the rain season, Busumbara also will be something else. And then inshallah, next Ramadan and next league season, because all the places that we intervene in, our objective is to increase the number of grounds for the league so that we can ease the congestion in others. Because look at East now, as good as it is, but because of the usage also
all the time
by the local, the beneficiaries there, and you cannot stop that because they have no other option. And then the GF also, when the league starts in November, it's going to be it will be more. Yeah, exactly. So the more we have, the more pitch we are able to have, then the more the congestion will be reduced from the impact.
And it will be the
exactly. So as I said, Nyamena Gunjuru, yes, that's one a good example. We are almost the project that we signed was a good pitch, grass pitch, and also a perimeter fence. But we intend to be hosting our local league matches there come this season. And as we speak now, we are working on the construction of a standard dressing room there. And also the community also are building a public toilet facilities. So it's a continuous thing. Maybe in the near future, the issue of the pavilions or things can come either from GFF or community or somebody else. So this like
yes, a little bit back on the league competition. Like it's a very good dimension, and with the advent of all these new fields coming up, it will be a very. And then you talked a little bit about professionalizing it. For the benefit of the viewers, touch a little bit on that again.
Yeah, because to have a professional league has a lot of implications, because in that case, the football will be considered as a business entity. But the business entity in a way that is going to be seen as contributing to the socio-economic development of the country. Therefore, the football clubs that will play at that level, well, we have the professional league, and we will maintain non-professional leagues, maybe Division 1 and 2 again. Yeah. So those clubs that are ready and would have met the required criteria, there are certain criteria. As we know, even without that now, I'm sure you are aware of the FIFA Connect works order of health and the club licensing that are happening, because we are lagging behind compared to many other countries in implementing the FIFA Connect and the club licensing and the FIFA CAF club licensing. So we have to be somewhere. We cannot always say we're not ready, others are moving, and it's a disadvantage to clubs in terms of what they are able to maximize their gain from the players that they are selling outside or contracting outside. So introducing a professional league would require certain criteria. For example, you have to register. The number of players that you register, for example, you register a 30-man squad. You have to have a contract with each of them to be paid a minimum salary, basic salary, as provided by the Gambia labor laws, number one. If the labor law said that the minimum you can pay an employee is $5,000, every club, commit yourself to that, and it had to be signed. At the end of the day, it's not a question of lining them and giving them. No, you have to be known properly. You have to prepare their pay slips. You have to it has to go through the banking system, and you have to pay their income tax, social security, and all those things have to be paid. You have to employ the coach to have a contract that should be signed, and so all those, and each of them will be paying tax like any other person. Okay. And you have to have a number of staff who should be contracted. You should have visible clubhouses of serious offices. Not come to Bajakunda, we sit under the mango tree and we have no. Most of are visible. You must have your facility in terms of playing grounds. Okay. Either you own it completely or you have an agreement with the owner and you sign that. Yes, the Bajakunda United signed an MOU, an agreement with the Brikama Sports Committee that the Brikama Box Bar is our home, our field. So that we're doing. And you also have many other things. So which means the young people who would be playing in football, like for example, if we start with 10 clubs into professional, at this minimum each club will register 30 players. That's already 300, isn't it? Yes. Then 300 plus the staff, minimum you have 10 staff, minimum. That's 44, I think about almost 400 young people or Gambians are off the employment market. It's a positive thing for the government. But what do we do now? The government now, the big things we are also discussing with government to see how government will consider football, sport, but football as a productive sector. There are certain tax concessions will be given people who want to invest into football. If you have an investor from China who wants to come and run a football club here, and you want to build a mini stadium and all those things, maybe hostel and all those things. So the investment there should also attract some tax concessions to encourage the person investing, because I don't know if there will be returns into the national coffers. So then the collaboration with government is indispensable in this sector, to the Ministry of Trade and also the Gaipa. Because they could control it, incentive for others. So basically, that's the most important.
All right, let's now go a little bit outside. Now, that is the, with your team, when you come, that's the first time Gambia taste the AFCON, let's say 2020, 2023, successfully for Gambia.
Yeah, it didn't also come out of the blue. Gambia ever had good players since before we were born. Every generation of Gambian footballers always leave a mark in their peers. Pre-independence and post-independence, up to when we all, some of us, started moving from the villages to go to where it's played most Banyu and others, and until football also expanded to Bakau, Serekunda, to Brikama. We've seen, we can name hundreds of them here, then they excel. That's the reality. But when it came 20, the world is evolving, football also is dynamic, it's evolving, it's developing. It needs a lot of dots to be connected. Whilst improving on the technical aspect of it, trying to get the right place, trying to... But what we also do with the national team is to change the face of the national team, to professionalize it in a way. Having a professional coach, number one, and to ensure that the technical team is not what it used to be. You just don't put anybody there. Anybody there should be able to fill the shoes, and then professionally, and then players, because the bulk of players, if not all of them, are playing professional. And you cannot take them from that environment where they are, and to bring them and just want to give them anything. So we just sometimes that's our problem. We also have to have the courage of moving up, but we cannot also be satisfied and confined to a corner. Sorry for my word, but it's a Gambian way. We are easily contented and satisfied where we are. We have to look, we have to aim high. So this one we concentrated. It was not easy because certain heads had role. You have to make some bold decision to remove some and bring in some and change certain things. And this also goes along with the equipment, the facilities, in terms of the convenience of traveling, international traveling, the convenience of accommodation in terms of hotels. All these things has changed. And many are on the side where we're going to play football. The facility, the transportation, local transportation, what do we provide for them? All this is important. Even food that they eat in the hotel, it's not have to be, we have to negotiate that with the hotel. We want to have the best that we can afford. And many other things. The motivation for the players, they may not need but it's standard in terms of allowances and match bonuses. When we came, there was no standard match bonus or allowance structure. We meet with the players, we ask them to go back and consult among themselves and put something on the table. And we thank God. Thank God, with the first time we started with them, when they said it to us, that was nearly 100% increment. We said, oh, fine, we started with that. Then we are doing it solo, the federation. But until now, we have the cooperation of the government, the support of the government. Then things are changing. So at least, and we ensure here and there, maybe short delays in delivering those the match bonus, because when it comes to campaign allowances, as soon as they are in camp, they get what they deserve. That's what they deserve. That's what we're bargaining for. Match bonuses is paid on exceptional cases that maybe it's owed. And if it is owed from one match before next match, it's paid. And this is motivating. It builds confidence. Not as I said, the amount may be pittance for some of the players. Some of them may need it, but the majority of them will be pittance for them. But it's a trust, and they also realize that the feedbacks that they realize that they are respected, like their peers, because they also, when they go back to their clubs, they have their counterpart, their peers from other clubs, and those people will be narrating what happens in their camp. They also will be, so they will not look low on themselves. For us, our federation, our country did not even consider. So that also had a big impact. And finally, the total independence of the technical team, especially coach. Total independence in terms of their choice of scouting, selection, and fixtures. Never. That's it. That is a complete. Since 2014, all the coaches are alive, and the most recent one was with us for 5 years, 5 months. Even sometimes, if you want to seek my personal opinion, when it comes to players, coach, it's a no-go area for me.
That's right.
Yeah. And this one that applies to all the others. So I think that also gave the the talents, the quality that we ever had, as I say, extra push. And they also say, no, we also have to reciprocate. Because with all what is happening, we cannot also afford. It gives them more courage and challenge. Hence where we are. And inshallah, we are there twice. And then we are hoping, inshallah, in 1 week time, maybe we'll be in a comfortable position that can give for the hope or renew or rekindle our hope that we will be there again.
All right, let's now talk about your WAFU secretary in the Gambia as WAFU president.
Yeah, as you know, West African Football Union initially was for the whole of West Africa.
Exactly.
Until I'm not very sure about 2012 or thereabout, when it was split into two, West Zone A and B. Zone A consists of 9 countries of the sub-region, and then Zone B consists of 7. Yeah, that is from Cape Verde to Liberia, including Mali and Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, Gambia, Conakry, and Mauritania, and Senegal. The first, the zone was split into. The Zone A was to be domiciled in the Gambia, or to be headquartered in the Gambia with the secretary or whatever. Zone B in Cote d'Ivoire. And according to records, and what we witnessed, because we've all been around, the headquarters building was a compound with buildings was bought in Bakote, somewhere in Bakote, just right behind the fish market, the popular fish market in Bakote. And then the Gambian was appointed as the Secretary General, and the Senegal assumed the presidency. This was around 2013-14. So legally, the headquarters has ever been here. But there have been some operational issues. The headquarters has not properly fully functioned from Banjul. And then since the presidency was in Senegal for almost 8 years from the inception, and then for the convenience of both the Secretary General and the President, I think they operate more from Dakar, mainly from the Senegalese Football Federation houses. And then the Banjul office was left to deteriorate and underutilized. Because if you are not staying at the place and every day working from there and expecting guests and visitors coming there, maybe you don't care about maintaining it. And that's how the place started to deteriorate. But in the process, the Gambia was losing, because this is where the home of the zone should be. We should have at least a cleaner, a watchman, a driver to benefit from that. But that wasn't happening. Anyway, that's history. But when I assumed office in 2014, I started trying to inquire into the state of the office. Many attempts were made. I wasn't successful until around 2019 or thereabout, when the head or the secretariat was changed, and then the leadership of the presidency was changed, went to Guinea, and Cape Verdean was appointed as the executive director or whatever. And then, we had 2 general assemblies in Dakar and Cape Verde. These are history, but where I personally took up that my nationalistic or patriotic card to ensure to do everything possible so that the office is activated, not abroad, because it's never been taken out from me.
Okay.
Just make sure it's open. And that has been a tough one, but God being so good, I was elected president of the zone in 2022. If anything that really could happen to Gambian football is that modest appointment that we have, because I was able to have more leeway to maneuver among our colleagues, to encourage them, and if necessary, to put some pressure to justify. Because the resistance was overwhelming. Even our manufacturers, main parent bodies were convinced that the office is not tenable in Banjul. Already office space is available in FIFA, in Dakar. A whole flat top floor of the current FIFA office in Dakar was identified for it, so you can see. And the main the money comes from the FIFA 4 to CAF, and then so it's difficult. Both CAF and FIFA leadership were convinced that it should go to Dakar. So That's something that was, but at least after certain explanations, some of the facts that were distorted were clarified, and everybody listened and appreciated the fact that. And the general body, General Assembly, last year we had a General Assembly here, and that's why the decision was taken and confirmed really we have no cause to move it from Banjul. And we are certified to be here. Let's see how we can so this happen. And then since that place is inhabitable, we had funds. We were able to rent a duplex in somewhere in Kololi. It's a good location. If you have time, you can pass by and you can even have some stories about it. And then the Gambia Football Federation Executive and the General Assembly last year also approved allocation of a piece of land from the Technical Training Center to the zone as a national contribution. And the CAF and FUAFU together will build a permanent home for South African football in Gambia. And since the opening of the reopening of the office in Kololi, the staff, we have a full staff component. The executive director was a Senegalese. It was an international meet. It was advertised on 2 occasions, but it was the best. And then, fortunately, we have 2 Gambians. The finance manager is a Gambian, and also the women's football manager is a Gambian. Gambian local staff around, cleaners and watchmen, security. Thank God. And very soon they'll be purchasing vehicles, Gambians to drive. So these are all opportunities. We have 2 staff from Senegal, 1 from Mali. So this is all these persons are advertised, internationally, and the interviews were done based on competence. So at least I can tell you now the WAFO office, and then so this also trigger our activities. We've seen a lot of activities going on since last year, competition upon competitions. We are preparing under 20 now. As we speak now, very soon the referees will be trained on VAR in Senegal. So all those things are coming. It's a little, but alhamdulillah, it's one of the breakthroughs that the current GFF was able to make.
Before your final word, the relationship, the football hotel, and some of the development on coaches, and any other thing that you want to tell me. I know financially you are not okay. But maybe because we have,
of course.
Yes, yeah, but yes, I think we have that too before your final one. Maybe a little bit because you during your deliberation about the WAF, you talked about the goal project, that is the relationship and some of these coaches' development because we.
Yeah, I think when you look at it, you say, football hotel is housed in the National Technical Training Center.
Yeah,
this was FIFA goal project. It was meant for because. One of the reasons that we are able to get FIFA funding is because we have a National Technical Training Center. If you don't have that, you lose almost $50,000 from that. So we have that. It was built, those who built it had a good foresight, a 40-room dormitory, that's for development of the young people, for grassroots football development, talent development, also even national teams, different levels. But when we came, we really having a 40-room accommodation, which really would not maybe be used all the time, because when we came, the state that we found that also, I'm sure some of you were there before. Even when you took out the furniture, some of the furnitures were there, even got people to come and take them. Hardly people come and pick them. So then this project, this opening came from FIFA, what do we call the win-win project, that you can come up with an income generating project. And if you're able to justify it, come up with a business plan, then you can access that fund. That's how we're able to access that. We said, okay, look, before we just have this thing here and maybe it's underutilized, why not convert it to a hotel? We can use for private entities, but we can also use it for respective teams, clubs and others. As we speak now, the under 17 is there. They train there, they're stressing there till late in the day before they travel to Dakar to do the MRI test in there. And then this happened to even the under 20, the female, except the senior national team, all other teams. The halls are there where we do our workshop. Otherwise, we will have done them at the hotel, more expensive. Yeah. Since then, we've been holding our general assemblies there, or we have done them outside expensive. So, what is cost? And all the refereeing training that we are saying, the coaches training also, everything is done there now. We hardly go to hotels except when we accommodate. So, and then this is a property of the Gambia Football Federation. The hotel aspect of it is been run by a board of directors, and then is independently of the football house administration, as we say. And they are not doing bad. Since the beginning, it has been difficult with competition high. But the past 2 years or so, things are coming up. And then the money is being plowed back into football.
Okay.
It's being plowed back into football. You've seen the swimming pool. It came from the FIFA funds, but part of it was not there. Like the landscaping, it was funded. It was not part of the main project, but funded by the football hotel. Just let me also, release some recent decisions we took from the board meeting last week. They are also contributing into the dressing room that's been constructed by the GFF, because also part of the. So all those things there, and the GFF, anytime we have occasion there, our cost is 50% less than what we're going to do in somewhere else. So that's what the role of the football hotel is.
But finally, I think I have to ask this. As you know, a lot of you did mention about the financial stuff. A lot of fingers, some will hear there, because it's something technical. You need to know before you ask. Okay, there are certain stuff. In fact, even the latest one was the 3.0 stuff that was not given. I know your guys were at one media house, but on your part, Mr. Bajo, can you say a little bit?
Let me just do, I'm so you're concerned with time.
Yes,
maybe you went to, when you're, I don't want to tell you what to do when you're doing your editing, but it's very important. I'm in a, as well equipped like any other person, because the finance, especially FIFA funds, is lifeline of the Gambia Football Federation. If we had not accessed the 43.0 that was started 1st of January 2023, we would not be here. This office would have been closed. Simple. That's our lifeline. I think people also have, it's very simple, this one is very simple now. Go to Google now and Google FIFA 4. Just you get enough evidence.
Everything is.
If the Gambia Football Federation did not access that money, they will not need it anymore. Up to now, almost 2 years now, they will not need it anymore. Because that's how in January, the first tranche of payment, because when it comes to the operational force, it's 1.25 million for the year. You receive half in January, another half in July, provided we are able to meet a series of criteria. A series of criteria. You have to ensure that the senior national team would have played 4 international matches, either friendly international or competition. The female senior will do, the youth category will have the same. You have to conduct about minimum 10 training program, training for referees. And also, you have to make sure they provide it. But most importantly, the auditors will be here by May, June, to ensure that in the previous thing, how did you handle that money? If the FIFA money of $1 is not accounted for, then you have to explain. Then you don't get that money until you explain that, and if it exists, you can what they call restriction. But alhamdulillah, we are never been close to restriction. So if you say that the FIFA 3 point cannot be excess, then without that money in January last year, and that money, like for example, the last match, in the 2 matches we have been against Comoros and Tunisia, the budget was $27 million. Government put in 15 million. We have to go and put the deficit of nearly 9 million. As we speak today, the budget we submitted was 26 million. Government just sent us 12 million. The deficit is GFF. Where are we going to get the money from? From forward. And this fund also have different components. The operational funds of 1.25 million for the year, operational. That's for salaries and many other things that in the leak, because our leak bill is an average of $1 million a month, an average. And until the coach Mackenzie is signed, Tom Senford was here for 5 years, 5 months on the GFF. His salary bill was almost $1 million a month. GFF was paying that for 5 years, and from that, put that together and add it. Whether even 100 million will enough for Gambia Football Federation. If the league can take 6, our league is minimum is 6 months to 10 minutes, so take 7 million out of that. Don't talk about the refereeing, the my commissioners. The referees also, we pay every referee $1,000 every match. Central referee, 2 assistants, the 4th referee, the referee assessor, the my commissioner. Sometimes you can have a coordinator. That's $7,000 every match. You have a match in Banjul, you have a match in Bakau. Just imagine, put that together and see how much they consume. People have to ask, educate themselves. It's not a comfort for us to be here. Look at this office furniture. This is the worst president of. But since 2 years ago, they wanted to say, no, look at the building. I'm happy to be here in this form than to have a dilapidated pitch. Or I cannot pay money for this, and I go and pay this, and for instance, I have a house to sleep in. So this is, look at this office. Since I came here 2014, this furniture I never changed. This is what I found here. Except the one of these two visitors, and that's small, this lower level visitors conference table. And this fake. No, I'm not realistic. We have to be bold. Look at this office.
Yeah, sure, I know.
Even my own private office will be better. When I go to real, I go to the office, I say, oh, you people are jealous. But I said we have to be modest to be able to look at the competing sectors. So the notion that we have been stabbed by FIFA for alleged mismanagement and we are not receiving 3.0, I think that was a slip of the tongue. Okay. That must be a slip. I don't know who they have said that. Gambia Football Federation, thank God, we never had any, I wouldn't say, audit reports are normal. Observation, management, later, but we never had any serious issue with audit. Our only thing there is the main one is the cash payments. When you pay allowance to Mr. Money here, and you have to give a honorarium, you pay him cash. No, it should be bank transfer. Because even check, as far as FIFA is concerned, check is cash payment. It's an issue. The Mike Commission is going to play Mike. Okay, you want to give them their decent fare and their decent cash is prohibited. National team, when government gives you money, like for example, we have a deficit from 26 to 12 million, about 14 million. So now how do you pay that? Now you go and pay the players cash, FIFA frown at it. In fact, 90% of cash payment is because of national teams. Under 17 is going. Under 20 just came in. The allowances we have to pay has to be cash because some of them don't have bank accounts and it's going to be sold. And players even don't want that. They don't like to be paid into the bank. They owe them their money because they are, for many others, some of them tax issues and also when they go to their bank, the value reduces. So that's what the main thing we have, and that's we have almost done. Inshallah, we expect the next audit, FIFA audit, next May, June. I'm sure we'll have at least near clean sheet when it comes. The FIFA 43 is up and running GFF, otherwise this office will be closed. National team will not participate because government cannot football. We will not have gone to under 20. We are preparing the under 17. We just returned from Zanzibar, the school football. These are all funded by GFF. And Gambia is going to host the school football tournament for the zone, inshallah, by end of November here. We should have been hosted on the 17th.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to disgrace returning because why? We did not, we expect maybe we thought the stadium would be ready at the time, by then, even though it won't have it ready. What our main concern is the MRI machine. Okay. We don't have the right MRI machine in the country. So and that's a requirement. Okay. So those are some of the, but I can tell anybody that that knows some really maybe was a slip of the tongue, maybe was miscommunication. The person maybe wanted to say something else, but I think that's all these people have been fired. Mariam would not have been here. I'll just be on my farm and continue doing what I like doing.
Anyway, that's why I don't want to delve more into that. But that's fine. I think, Mr. Bajo, we finally come to this interview, and we're so happy that we have this exclusive one. If my technician can even divide this into two, I know I have more viewers on Facebook and all those Twitter. But before we go, maybe I should give you that because you are out here and then we're so fine. What is the message that you want to put across? As the Mandinka will say, so what is the most important message as you have the opportunity to send across to the football fraternity, to the Gambia, and in fact not beyond Gambia, because as you are also a WAFO secretary, what message do you have, Mr.
I think the most important thing is the majority of the people, the stakeholders, the general public are very appreciative for what you are doing. And I think Gambian football, like yesterday, by the time we are all in haste to watch young people play, you have to give it. Yeah. And I'm sure he's on his way now flying to go to Morocco to join the team. And then about 2 or 3 of them played yesterday in their league, in their clubs, and going to join the team. So our football really is growing, is developing, is advancing. And let's all put our heads together and hands and minds and efforts together to ensure that we maintain the momentum for the greater benefit of the youth of this country. Football is no longer leisure or for idleness or just for physical fitness. Football is a big industry. It's business. And anybody who has any small money that you have put in the bank reserving, look for a club and invest in it. The returns are fast and very encouraging. The rest of it, let's also inquire if you have something about somebody or something else. The world is so small now. Let's inquire. Let's reach out. Let's just reach out. Karin Karla Kuya Karin Bulena Kuya. And now Kela Kotolo from Angula saying, I don't know if they didn't tell you alone when it comes out, you're embarrassed. Maybe the one you're fighting, you don't even know what you're doing. So the Gambia Football Federation belongs to all of us. As much as it's a private club owned by people who belong to it, but it's the same Gambian people. It's not funded from the consolidated fund, but that doesn't take that public interest out of it, which we appreciate. We appreciate every critic in whatever form, because it can only make us better. Even if you accuse me of something that I didn't do, it serves for me as a deterrent. And I open up tomorrow, oh, if I had done this, then the same. So it's good. But let's be honest to each other and ask and reach out and inquire. Not no, so go beyond that. Because the young ones, the Gambian, the 23 boys that the coach has called who are going to assemble in Morocco to do that job for us, they're ours. Our words, our remarks would have an impact on them. So let's just forget our individual ambitions, our individual problems, and give that national character that they deserve. This is a time that we need these two matches, and all hands on deck. Any negative comment that may cause a distraction to a player or two players or to the leadership may have a negative impact on the overall performance. So let's have that patriotic mentality. It's not because Kaba is here. You could be here, or somebody you wish could be here, and you don't want what you are doing to others to be done to them. So I think that's most important. Criticize, as I say, objectively, of ideas, come and ask, say it, fine. But let it be based on, on facts and reasons. And finally, I want to urge the prayers and well-wishes of every Gambian, as it used to happen on the 11th, inshallah, when we achieve our objective of getting the 3 points from Madagascar, and then the 4 days later to get another 3. I think the whole Gambia can start jubilating, and then we will have really our hope for going back to AFCON will be further rekindled, and that cannot happen when our hearts and minds are the same. We are the one running it, but it didn't belong to us. And finally, Atlantic TV, we are very grateful that you're here. This is our first interaction. We've been seeing your cameras in some fora, but I never had the opportunity. I pass there every day in Farato, but I know that this is how keep you are, and having somebody of your caliber. I don't want to embarrass you, but at least you're one of the quality journalists in the country. And I'm so being my fumble Kianka too. I want to commend you for the initiative, and Soare and the guys. And our appreciation to the proprietor, and we're looking forward to many more interactions of this nature. And also congratulations to you and the young board of the Sports Journalists of the Gambia. You are aware, if it were not this, you would have seen the award that I received from you. So we are partners.
I can see it right there.
And GFF are one and go. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bajo. Thank you so much. And of course, that ends a wonderful exclusive interview here at the Football House. I'm so grateful to the media team. Thank you so much, BBMM, for Mariama, for all that. And of course, I will not go without saying thank to Seu. Thank you so much for facilitating that. Edu, thank you. And of course, Bibi Barindimo. Yeah, the one and only Rocky B. No, ex-Mbitama. Thank you so much, Rocky B. I'm so proud of you. On that note, we'll be back again next Sunday, same time, same place. Atlantic TV, the home of TV. And this is Sport 360. I'm Big Sam. Keep on sporting. We'll be right back.